Hello viewers, hope you are doing well. Today I'm going to make a video about the syllabus that I extracted from the main syllabus book of new lower curriculum. So I made it, I summarized it, though at the moment this one I'm going to show is more detailed, but after this video I'm going to begin making independent videos, as in for senior 1, senior 2, as I told you, as I informed you in the previous videos. Briefly, if I'm to still remind you about the outlay, the way that we are going to move, today I'm going to show you about the syllabus. After the syllabus, I'm going to now assign the syllabus into classes from senior 1 to senior 6, and after that, the moment I finish from senior 1 to senior 4, that is O Level, I'm going to present the element of construct, that is a tool that is used to examine or to assess learners, of which I'm going to show the element of construct for paper 1 and paper 2 O Level. So briefly, if I'm to talk about the syllabus is generally the entire plan of the educational course. Like for example, I'm going to show you for O Level. So from the syllabus, we the teachers will extract the scheme of work. The scheme of work simply gives the framework of which a teacher is made to follow, based on the content coverage from in a particular class from term 1 up to third term, that is the annual content. And from the scheme of work also, we do extract the lesson plans. And the lesson plan is simply a tool that guides a teacher to deliver his or her content during the classroom, so that he or she can deliver his content at a specified time, and to be in position to have that tool as a direction in line with a successive way of conducting the lesson. So I do remind you to subscribe, to share, you like, and you also comment, so that I see how my viewers react basing on the videos that I make. So let me share for you the screen so that we see what we are meant to do today. So at the moment, we are going to cover about the syllabus, of which the one as I've told you is detailed. So before we go into that, I would like us to go through this slide, because in the syllabus you're going to see some letters reflecting there, like for example K, U, S, V, of which K means knowledge, S means skills, V means values. So I just want to give you like a reminder. C is the competency of which is one in which a learner develops the ability to apply their learning with confidence in a range of situations. After your learning, you can easily defend what you have learned in every situation. The theme simply means the main subject matter to be discussed, or it's just like a general thing that is meant to be described. So from the theme we get what we call the topic. Then the topic is now the area of corner, or the area of focus to be discussed. The theme is broad, then a topic within that broad thing we get some particular thing to talk about. So from there we have the L. L is the learning outcomes. Learning outcome simply means learning outcome is the statement. Learning outcome is the statement which specifies what the learner should know, understand, or be able to do within a particular aspect of a subject, what you're supposed to know after learning something. So from here we have also the knowledge. Knowledge simply means the retention of an information. What you learn, you keep it in head so that you can produce it after some time if you are asked. Another one we have you. You is the understanding. Understanding simply means putting knowledge into a framework of meaning. What you have learned, you create a meaning out of it, or be able to do within a particular it is putting knowledge into a framework of meaning and also developing of a concept. What you have done, you get some meaning from it. You understand it and you extract more information from it. And after that, now you develop a concept. From what you've learned, you come up with something. That's now what we call understanding. And we have skills. Skills is simply a practical application of knowledge. Remember, knowledge is what you keep in head. What you learn and you retain it in the head, that information is what we call knowledge. Whereas skills is just practical application of knowledge. Or someone can say it's the ability to perform a physical or mental act or operation. You do something physically, what you can see, what people can see. Mentally, doing analysis or assessing what you have gotten from the head, or operation, doing it practically. So we also have the values. Values is simply the acquired behaviors or actions from the character of any individual. After you learning something, how do you portray it? And finally, we have generic skills. This one is deployed in all subjects and enhance the learning in those subjects. It can be equipping you with the skills in order to work for the long life. After your learning, you can move out. You've gotten that skill from that subject, from that particular concept, from that particular content. Then you begin doing it so that you reflect it to the community. So that's the generic skills. So let me go into now what we are meant to cover today. We are interested in introduction to ICT. So when we do teach ICT, what are some of the learning outcomes? In other words, what we expect the learners to get after studying it. One, a learner is supposed to explain the concept of ICT and the related terminologies. Like for example, what the ICT means in full, the meaning of I, the meaning of C, the meaning of T. So that is it. A learner is supposed to understand ICT and its related terminologies. So, but B, just to talk about T simply means technology, I, information, C, communication. Information simply means a knowledge or facts about something or someone or an object. Then communication simply means the medium through which, or the exchange of information into a communicating devices. While technology simply means the knowledge or skills or now the tools that people use to manage the environment or the surrounding or the daily circumstances. So from that we go to part B. Part B says that to know the common ICT tools and their use in various fields. Like for example, knowing how a projector, how it is used, how a printer is used, a digital camera, a flash disk, and all other ICT tools as we are going to discuss about them. C is to use various ICT tools and how to use the various ICT tools. Like for example, in a school setting, how to use a projector, how to use the system unit, the printer, the mouse, the keyboard. That's it. This is to appreciate the safety precautions for the different ICT tools. In other words, how to maintain those ICT tools to be in a good working condition. So those ones are what are meant to be covered in Senior 1, Term 1. Then Senior 1, Term 2, we have still under the theme of computer system. The topic is computer hardware and system startup. So from here, the learning outcome, we expect the learner to know the physical devices of a computer system and how each operates. I made some video about that, of which I will show you when we begin with the lessons. That is for Senior 1. And it will be beneficial for everyone. Remember, like for example, in Senior 5, ICT again restarts. So also those people, for example, who have not done ICT in their O level, they can get that chance in A level. That's when you're in Senior 5. And at some extent whereby also students who are in schools who do not have enough resources or also be given chance to interact with them. I'm informed some school students use computers more so when they are approaching to exams, the national exams. So, B, how to assemble a computer system. A computer system simply means for something to be called a system, that's supposed to be connected together to perform a particular task. So, that is it. To assemble computer system, assembling different parts of a computer, like for example, the mouse, keyboard, system unit, the monitor, connecting them together to form a working system. And another one we have C is the safely startup and shutdown of a computer system. That's what we call booting, warm booting and cold booting, whereby warm booting, that is the act of restarting a computer from its own state. A computer which was working, you just restart it. It can be due to some other challenges. And when you talk about cold booting simply means the process of starting of a computer from its off state, a computer which was not working before. So that is it. And still in Senior 1, Term 2, we see the use of peripheral tools. Peripheral tools or peripheral devices, these are devices that are connected to a computer, and in this case, the system unit via ports. Like for example, some of the tools that are connected to the system unit via ports, we have the monitor, of which it can be connected using the HDMI port. HDMI simply means the high definition multimedia interface, or we can use the VGA, of which VGA cable simply means the video graphics array cable. So that is one. You can connect also the printer to the system unit using the USB-B. You can connect the mouse and the keyboard to the system unit via the USB port. USB simply means the universal serial bus. So still in term 2, we have another theme called data management and sharing. Under data management and sharing, we have a topic called file and folder management. And in file and folder management, there are some things that we are going to see, like how to create a file, how to create a folder, deleting a folder, copying a folder, restoring a folder, and transferring a folder, in other words, sharing. So those ones. And on addition to that, we have part B, converting memory units. Now working with memory measurements of the computer. So from here we have Senior 1, Term 3, the theme called data management and sharing still, of which we have word processing 1. Word processing 1 simply means the use of WordPad. word part is simply an inbuilt software, whereby if you install a Windows, it comes with its inbuilt software. A learner can use it. And the challenge with it is it has limited resources inside it. So from here, we go to Senior 2. Under Senior 2, we have in Term 1, the first theme is data management and sharing. So under data management and sharing, we have the first topic as a spreadsheet 1. Spreadsheet 1 simply involves the use of Microsoft Excel, of which a student is supposed to get knowledge on how to work with computation calculations generally on Excel, coming up with the charts. So we see that the learner is supposed to use spreadsheet functions to manipulate data and print, and also part B to use charts to represent data. Then in Senior 2 Term 2, we have the theme called data management and sharing. Under data management and sharing, that topic in Senior 2 Term 2, we have electronic presentation. Electronic presentation simply deals with the use of Microsoft PowerPoint, of which a learner is supposed to use the presentation application functions and tools to prepare interactive presentations. I've not been talking about things that are put in bracket U, S, V, K. So this one we test for the understanding, skills, values, and knowledge. So I've put them throughout the learning outcomes. So the good thing, I talked about them at the first. So whenever I talk about something, you just relate the things put in the bracket to what I started with. So part B is deliver a presentation to an audience. After designing your slides, making them nice, then presenting it to the audience. Then in a Senior 2 Term 3, we have data management and we do have ICT safety and environment. From that, we have a topic called health and safety, of which the learning outcomes, a learner is supposed to analyze the common health problems associated with the prolonged use of computers. When you use computers for long, what are some of the likely problems that do come? And in addition to that, a learner is supposed, that is part B, a learner is supposed to know the possible ways to avoid such problems. And also after that, a learner is supposed to put the measures. In other words, you identify the problem. After identifying the problem, the possible causes of those problems, then after that you put the measures on how to avoid such problems. So that is in Senior 2 Term 3 under the learning outcomes. So we go into Senior 3 Term 1. Let me enlarge, let me zoom. In Senior 3 Term 1, we are having a theme called data management and sharing, which we have word processing too. Remember, at first that was in Senior 2, we had was it Senior 2? It was in Senior 1 third term. We had word processing 1. So when you come to Senior 3, term 1, we have word processing 2. Now, instead of using WordPad, we use Microsoft Office of different categories, can be 2010, 2007, 2015. So all those Microsoft Office, because it has very many features in them. And by that, we have that in mind. A student's brain has at least grown to accommodate very many things. So the learning outcomes, the learner is supposed to be in position to explain the effects of various advanced tools and features of a word processor. With time, I'm going to show you the interface of a word processor, and we shall go into it. Part B, we say that a learner is supposed to use advanced tools and features of word processor to format and edit documents, like using the bold, italics, indent, uh, working on the font styles, font size, uh, center align, left align, underlining, giving points, all those stuffs, all those features. Then in term 2, senior 3, we have data management and sharing. That is the theme. And under that theme, we have spreadsheet 2. Now, a learner is supposed to explain the effects of various advanced tools and features of spreadsheet. Now, advanced. At first, they just look at something small, but now here in senior 3 term 2, advanced features. Then part B, we say a learner is supposed to use advanced tools and features of spreadsheet to process and present data. So now, after you doing the manipulation or calculation, like using charts to present data. Then still in senior 3 term 2, we have publication, and with this publication we have electronic publication as the topic, and with this we use the publisher, Microsoft publisher. So what are some of the learning outcomes that we expect from the learner? One, a learner is expected to explain the concept of electronic publishing, use of publisher. Then here we test the knowledge, understanding, and the value. Then part B, use the electronic publishing application features to prepare publications. With the publisher, you can design very many tools of which they are marketable. Like you can design the IDs, identification cards, invitation cards, certificates, brochures, flyers, and very many other elements, more so business related elements. So in a senior 3 term 3, we have in the theme also called the data management and sharing. Remember, we only have 4 themes. And under that third term, we cover what we call database management system. And with that, we use Microsoft Access. So what do we expect from the learner? To explain the concept of databases, how database is, the interface, and also other related. Use tools and features of database management system to manipulate data, like for example using of a table, queries, forms, reports to manipulate data. So this one is entirely for senior 3. Then we come to the last one, senior 4. Senior 4 term 1, still having the theme called publication, and in term 1 we begin with the web design. So a learning outcome, a learner is expected to explain the concept of web designing, and part B, creating a website. So all of those we are going to handle about the website, and of which for me I usually teach using two ways, using the tags, that is HTML tags, and after the learners understanding the tags very well, I go into softwares of which I can use uh, the expression web or the dream weaver. So that's it. We shall do it also. Then another theme in the senior 4 term 1 is ICT safety and the environment. And under ICT safety and environment, we have a topic called the e-waste management. E-waste management is the uh, ways of which the use the ICT tools which are out of their lifespan are managed well or kept well. E-waste simply means the electronic waste. We can say the keyboard, the monitors, those ones which are not working. So we deal with that. And the one, a learner is supposed to be to apply different approaches of managing how to manage those e-waste. And also C is to identify the key stakeholders and their roles in e-waste management, like how the community is supposed to work upon e-waste, the government, the consumers, the producers, and all other stakeholders, of which we shall talk about them also. Then in a senior 4 term 2, we have computer systems. And from that, we are going to see the basic computer management, of which a learner is supposed to understand what a software means. There are different types of softwares. So when I talk about the softwares, for me I can tell is a program or instruction that tells a computer what to do and how to do it. That is more so dealing with the hardware. So with that, types of the softwares, we have the application softwares and the system softwares. The system software, we can have like the operating system. The application softwares, we have again divided, whereby we have the off-the-shelf software and the customized software. Customized is just softwares that are designed for some person to perform a specific task. Like for example, if you have to go to supermarkets, they have their different softwares. Whereas off the shelf software, we have those softwares which are already made and they're given out to users for use. Like for example, the Microsoft Office softwares, they are already made, so you just use it to do what you want. So with that also, we are going to see how to change Windows, changing Windows of a laptop or of any machine. We shall do it practically. How to install and uninstall softwares of different categories also, we are going to look at it. So, and finally, in senior 4 term 3, still under the theme of computer system, we are going to talk about the system and the data security, of which a learner is supposed to explain the concept of computer security. In other words, safeguarding a computer from unauthorized personnel. And from there, we have some terminologies that usually confuse students: unauthorized use and unauthorized access. Unauthorized use simply means using a computer for unintended purpose. You can use a computer, like for example, you are meant to do something, I'm teaching something, and again you are using it. I'm teaching something, you are playing games. That is unauthorized use. So unauthorized access simply means someone to access your computer, to use your computer without your information, without your knowledge that there's someone using it. And it's more so done by hackers and also even students. When you are teaching, when you tell them not to use, you find them there. So we are going to part B, where we say that secure computer system against attacks, of which we are going to see attacks which can which can affect the computer, like the various computer virus attacks. We have also the virus attacks, the malicious softwares, and also threats like from the hackers. And finally, we shall see part C, describe ethical practices while using ICT. Data encryption. In other words, you're not supposed to disclose someone's secrets. So all of those, we are going to handle them, and I'm going to make now specific videos for particular classes, so that we really understand this. I'm emphasizing in this so much because I want us to develop that sense of direction where we are heading to. So thanks for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. We meet in the next video.